Hello there, Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game fans. This is Jason Alexander, your tournament organizer for the Ringo South 2021. Just wanted to take a few minutes here, real quick, and go over the details of the event packet and the event itself for the Ringo South. So, the time and place of the event, it has been modified from the original release date from a 2 day event down to a 1 day event. We are just doing a 1 day, 3 round, 800 point event. It's going to be on June 5th of 2021 and approximately from 9 to 7 in the evening, 9 in the morning to 7 in the evening. That's just a rough estimate, guys. That includes breakdown, registration, setup, that kind of stuff. So we'll get to a later schedule, but don't expect to be there any later than 7 p.m. at the absolute latest. So the location for those that came to the Great Battle of the Carolinas and those who have come to the Pass of the Dead in the past, it is the Hampton Inn and Suites in Concord, North Carolina, right off of I-85 in the Concord area. So the admission is a $30 fee. That covers the entire event. Get you a raffle ticket for some of the raffle prizes I'll be giving away. Not as extravagant as it was for the Great Battle of the Carolinas for those that came, but I am going to get about 5 or 6 raffle prizes this time. So, like I said, $30 paid via PayPal to my PayPal address. It is included in the event packet, and I also have it posted online. That is panthersfreak2009 at gmail.com. That is not a typo. It is 2 E's in freak. Yes, I misspelled it on purpose. So when you're looking at that and going, well, freak is spelled Freak. Yes, I know it is, but this is 2 E's. It is not a typo. That is the way I spelt it. It is refundable. I have posted originally that the deadline for admission was going to be the 15th of May. This is your official announcement. I am pushing it back to the 22nd of May. The 22nd of May is also the deadline to submit lists. The 15th of May is when Robert Lauder is doing, I'm sorry, Robert, I probably said your name wrong again, his Of Wolves and Shattered Shields event, and I will be participating in that event. So that is going to be on the 15th, and I'm not going to be trying to play games while also answering texts and messages on my phone to, hey, did you get my admission fee? So I'm pushing it back to the deadline of the 22nd of May, and that is also going to be the list submission date. So you do need to do both of those if you plan to attend. Paid registration is the only way to reserve your spot in the game. Okay, I have 30 openings available. Refundable if you need to drop out, even as of the day before. I had several folks do that, so if you did that before, you already know that I do refund you. I may hem and haw at you a little bit. I think I'm entitled to, especially if you do it the day before, but I will refund you your amount. There we have a block of rooms with two queen. I'm sorry, 10 rooms. They have 2 queen beds in them. Okay, so it's hard to say. Yes, I think I said that right. Yeah, they have 2 queens. So if you're traveling with a friend, you can get a room. It's $100 a night. The reserved nights are the 4th and 5th. That is the discounted price. You can do both of those nights, or you can do one of those nights. The phone number is included. The group name is Ringo South. The group code is RGS. There's an online link. Just right click and open that in your browser. If it doesn't come up, just put in under discounts the group code of RGS, and that will get you the discounted night. All right. So lists 800 points. Profiles are official from the Games Workshop Army and source books. Models must be on the proper sized base. So I am fine with you using proxies, but they must be on the proper sized base. And all models even if you're using Games Workshop or Forge World models, they also need to be on the proper sized base. So Cav models should be on 40 millimeter, unless they're the special ones like Thranduil on his elk or whatnot. They need to be on the appropriate sized bases per GW's instructions. Banned models, Tom Bombadil and Goldberry. List restrictions. You have to have a minimum of 5 models, and no more than 160 points of your army can consist of siege weapons. This includes upgrades. Not a big fan of siege weapons. I don't think they should be in Middle Earth and ruling the world. I understand that they were in the lore Well, they weren't even really in the lore. There wasn't mentioned very much. I understand that they were in the movies though, so I do know that folks like them. I do like them. Don't get me wrong. Definitely like the Iron Hills ballista, but I don't need armies coming with 6 Iron Hills ballistas or 8, Isengard trebuchets or whatever you want to call them. So there is a maximum of 160 points for that. Like I said, proxies are completely acceptable. They must be the similar size or bigger. I don't care if you want to bring a model and it's twice the size and you want to call it a warrior minister. That's your prerogative. That just makes it easier for your opponent to shoot at it. Also makes it easy for your opponent to see. When it comes to line of sight, though, I will take the appropriate size model and put it in its place, and it has to fit on the appropriate base. So if you got like this 3-story tall model, it better be on that 25 millimeter base completely. Proxying is completely fine. Like I said, you just need to be universal with your proxies throughout. This includes proxying GW models for other ones, i.e. you don't have Osgiliath veterans, so you just proxy them with warriors and minister. Completely legal. I have nothing against that. You don't have Grimhammers, so you proxy them with Khazad-Guard. Completely acceptable. I have no problem with that. All right. War gear, the only thing that needs to be depicted is the hand weapon that you're going to be using a special strike for. So if you're taking a Rider or Rohan, Rider or Rohans do have axes in their profile. But if your Rider or Rohan on the board has a sword, no, you cannot use an axe. You cannot use piercing strike. Whatever war gear is depicted in the hand of the model is what you will be using for special strikes. So if you want to convert and pay the points, or like I said, Riders of Rohan, they come with the axe. If you want to do like Joe has done and convert all your riders to have axes, that's completely acceptable. But that does need to be done. Otherwise, it's not WYSIWYG. So if you take, for example, Corsairs of Umbar and you take their spearmen, if you know those models, they don't come with shields. But if you're going to give your models shields, that's completely acceptable. I would ask that you try and keep it either universal throughout the army. So if you're taking an army of Corsairs and you got 10 guys with spears, I would prefer you give them all shields to make it easier for your opponent. That being said, it's not mandatory. Simply have it clearly marked. So their base is painted a different color, their whole model's painted a different color, something of that, okay? Painting requirement. I do not require one. That being said, to incentivize you to paint your models, all fully painted models, which includes basing as well, you have to do something with your base. And I'm not talking about just painting your base from black to brown. It has to be something semi-creative. If you guys have seen my Corsairs, all I did was paint the base with a different color and then did little lines to show wood planks for a ship. That to me is a perfectly acceptable basing job. But all models that are fully painted and have a basing job, fully painted includes at least 3 colors, you get +1 VP to your score each round. Okay? Loner models, if you need something, let me know. I'm not going to enforce a clock, but if you request one, you have 10 minutes for movement phase. There is no model maximum. There's no model cap in this. So if someone comes with a large model and you large model count, you'd like to request a clock, it is 10 minutes for each movement phase, and that will be both players are held to that. Like I said, deadline for submission for lists and for the event for registration is the 22nd of May. All right. I will be using the Lonely Knight Army Builder to verify lists. I will be using the most updated one as of this recording on the 24th of May. That is version 1.59. I would request that you also use that to submit your list, or if you want to use a Word document copy, that's fine. Just something that I can clearly and legibly read out, but I will be using that as well. I know Lonely Knight Army Builder is not perfect, but it is close enough that I trust it, and if there's anything that does come up wrong, I always verify with the books before I go ahead and say something. Okay, scoring. Victory points will be awarded based on scenarios. Tournament points. Major victory is 4, minor victory is 3, draw is 2, minor loss is 1, and major loss is 0. You have to win by 4 or more to get a major victory. Minor victory is 1 to 3. Draw is obviously even, and then loss is 1 to 3 victory points, and a major is 4 or more. Placing will be done by win-loss record. Tiebreakers are by tournament points and victory points, and if there's still stuff after that, I do strength of schedule. All right. These games will be 2 hours and 15 minutes long. You will be given an announcement at each hourly mark. 1 hour has elapsed. 2 hours has elapsed. You'll be given a 15-minute warning at the 2-hour mark. That is a 15-minute hard timer. When that timer expires, dice down. You stop playing and turn in your score. If you continue to play, you both receive a 0-0 score for that round. So you're welcome to play on, but you will receive a 0-0 score. I am keen on keeping a very tight schedule, not only for those who have to travel from out of town, but I will be working that Sunday afterwards. So I would like to get headed home as soon as I can that evening. Scenarios, I will announce them before the event. The sooner I have everybody's lists, the sooner I can announce all the scenarios. But that being said, of course, I have the registration deadline the same day as the list submission deadline. So don't expect them any sooner than the 23rd of May. Terrain, we are playing on 4x4 boards. I will set the terrain. I will pass along a little PowerPoint presentation that has all the boards, like I did for Great Battle of Carolinas for those that attended. I heard a lot of feedback that folks like that, so I will continue to do that for events. Awards are top 3, Best Painted Good, Best Painted Evil, Best Themed, Best Display Board, Best Sportsman, and the Wooden Spoon. So the event theme for this is the Traveling the Fellowship, obviously during the Fellowship of the Ring movie, hence the name The Ring Goes South. That was the title chapter in the Fellowship of the Ring book when the Fellowship started heading on their journey to destroy the ring at Mount Doom. So armies that will fit for best themed, armies that fit the theme are going to be ones after the Fellowship has been formed until the Fellowship is broken. So elves, including Lothlorien and High Elves, are acceptable. Moria of any kind is acceptable. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to think. Uruk-hai. Yeah, I'll even go with Isengard all the way. The Fellowship itself, of course. Gondor we didn't see, so they won't be part of that. So any army that kind of falls in that area, and there are a few other ones that I thought of that I can't think of off the top of my head right now, will be part of it. So if you're not sure, just ask. If you think you should be part of that, that's fine. I will also let you know if you are eligible for best themed army when you submit your list. So schedule right now, as it stands, is 8:45 to 9:30 is check-in and opening remarks. 9:30 to 11:45 will be round 1. Lunch will be 11:45 to 1 p.m. Round 2 will start at 1:15, so you got about a 15-minute grace period there for you to get back. I will be announcing the pairings via group chat like I did before for the Great Battle of Carolinas for those who attended. So when you come back, you'll know exactly what table to go to. But I do give about a 15-minute window there for folks to get back and get set up. But the timer will start at 1:15, and then it will, of course, 2.5-hour game, or sorry, 2 hour and 15-minute game will end at 3:30. And then I'm going to need about a 30-minute time span to get the last round done. So round 3 will start at 4 o'clock and end at 6:15. And then 6 to 7 o'clock is the award ceremony, raffling, and closing events, or closing remarks. So it should be done pretty quickly. So that's everything, guys. Talked a little longer than I expected, but thanks for listening through. If you have any questions, please message me either via Facebook. My Facebook profile name is Alex Jason. Look for that. Or you can email me to either email address provided in the event packet. The event packet has been posted in the ASBGA page and the Carolinas Middle-earth League page. So if you're looking for that, look there. As always, guys, thank you all for listening through this, and I hope to see you all there.